Hey everybody, how you doing? Dash and Dave here again. Alright, Tuesday, October 11th, 2022. I'm having to hold on to the GoPro because I don't have a sticky thing mount yet on the dashboard. So this is day 5 and the debut of Eggman. Alright, so I already did a real quick Uber Eats up to the medical complex, and now we've got Taco Bell 8+. Okay, so Blue Diamond. We're starting the day off here at 77%. Real quickly, also, I had a comment on one of my videos, and a viewer suggested that if you accepted an order, that affected your acceptance rate and put your acceptance rate up. But if you unassigned the order, it went against your completion rate, but not your acceptance rate. So I'm gonna maybe try to put that to the test today. We'll find out. Anybody know if that's true or not? I found on the Reddit forums they indicated it was, but I'm not gonna believe Reddit. So anyway, yeah, real interesting on that, because that could be an option. Now, I can't get below 95, you know, at the end of the month. So, you know, to be on the large order program. So that's really not a viable, steady strategy, but you know, it could be one to be used once in a while. Eggman running good, got everything, got the seat in the right position, got the mirror set, figured out all my little cubby holes and got all my electronics and everything. So Eggman is on the road. Studio Daveed here. Didn't do any other filming for the rest of the day. We're just going to flip through all the jobs that I had. Pretty good, steady day. And again, that's one of my observances here on the Diamond program, that they hit you pretty hard and quick. Didn't take any no-tip orders, with the exception of 1 or 2 that may have been stacked together with another decent order. The question of unassigning an order not affecting your acceptance rating, I tried that once. You can see the Menards offer here. Didn't want to go to Menards. I've done that before. Usually they're pretty good loads for contractors, or a small contractor, you know, a whole bunch of nails and nuts and bolts and blah, blah, blah. So I accepted the order, then I unassigned it. Now, I was 79% AR before I accepted the order. I was 80% after I accepted the order. And after I unassigned the order, I was at 80%. So, Now I'm tracking all my accepts and declines on a sheet of paper, and I think I might have an error on there because sometimes I do not line up with what Doordash is indicating as my acceptance rating, and Doordash doesn't use the standard rounding to calculate a number. For example, if your calculations show that your acceptance rating is 80.1%, Doordash rounds that up to 81, where normally you'd say anything at 80.5 or below is 80, and anything at 80.6 and above is 81. So there could be a little sweetheart zone there where I landed in, or my manual calculations are wrong. So with this test here, we'll call this inconclusive. I started the day with 46 job offers total since the Great Acceptance Rate Reset, and finished the day out with a total of 69 offers put my way. Getting past 50 job offers put to me and marching towards 100, I was able to decline a few more jobs versus having to take them. You know, the higher you get up into the rolling 100, the less a decline hurts you. I had a decent triple play. We had this Taco John's from Uber Eats. Then they tacked on this Perkins. And right at that time, Doordash sang in with this Arby's. They're all just located within a few blocks of each other for pickup, and all the deliveries were kind of in a line, so I got a real nice triple play here. I had previously mentioned that I was going to take to the strategy of pausing the Doordash app if I was in a section of town that I didn't want to be at, you know, and possibly pick up an offer from a restaurant I didn't want to go to, and then, you know, scooting over to a more advantageous area. Today I decided just to leave the app running for the most part, you know, to see what Tony would throw at me as I got higher into the rolling 100, and maintaining, you know, 78, 79, and 80% acceptance rating. And I have to say today, it just felt easier. You know, I'm a little bit higher in the rolling 100. I had some room to throw some declines, and it just seemed to me to be a smoother day. No really great offers. I still think it's slow in my market here right now. In fact, when I picked up a pizza for delivery at Pizza Hut, talking to the gal about how slow it was, she goes, "I think the kids have run out of their loan money." She goes, "I'm getting applications left and right." So yeah, it's a little tight, a little slow in this market here right now. So the numbers for the day for Doordash only, I started my day out at a 79% acceptance rating, finished the day off at 75%, still well above 70. My hourly pay for Doordash came out at $19.27. I'd like to see that above 20, but that's not too bad. The dollars per mile came in at $1.52. That dollar per mile rate is a little on the low side compared to when I'm cherry picking. For my first day with Eggman underneath me, my total hours with Doordash and Uber Eats didn't have any Grubhub runs that I chose to take today. 5.75 hours, 19 jobs, $119.96, $20.86 hourly rate. Drove 71 miles, which translates to $1.69 per mile. I wanted to run a longer shift with Eggman, but then he threw me a curve. On what turned out to be my last delivery for the day, I was pulling into an apartment complex parking lot, pulled forward, backed in, made the delivery, came down, and there was a puddle underneath Eggman. I dipped my fingers into it and quickly determined it was brake fluid. It wasn't power steering fluid. Eggman has electronic steering, so anyway, it was brake fluid. So I'm under the hood and under the car and trying to figure out where this is coming, and I really couldn't determine where it was coming from, and there was a lot of brake fluid everywhere. So I drove over to another parking lot, and it was just kind of pouring out, and I thought, oh no, this ain't good. So I drove up onto a curb so I can get underneath him better to get a look, and again, it was just covered with brake fluid. I really couldn't determine where it was coming from. It was not from a wheel cylinder. It was coming from up where all the lines kind of come out of that manifold or whatever, you know. So wasn't sure what to do. I kind of looked at the brake fluid reservoir. It didn't look that low, so I decided to get on home. Got Egg home with no problem whatsoever. Pedals still felt pretty firm and all that, and got a neighbor to sit inside of him there and you know, press on the brake pedal and turn the wheels back and forth, and guess what? Nothing, not a drip. I added about an ounce of brake fluid to the reservoir, drove it to the store, nothing. So you know, Eggman has not been on the road for almost a year, if not longer. So maybe a seal or something. I don't know. It kind of seems to have fixed itself for now. I'm going to take him out for the next day. I've got a jug of brake fluid with me in case something happens, and I can then, you know, get scooted home here if I have to. But we're going to take out Eggman one more time. Whatever that was, you know, I've had this happen before with seals where they get a little dry or something, and you know, after 6 hours of running around town, and by the way, he runs around town just fantastic. It feels a little weird sitting lower than a Prius, but he scoots around town pretty good. So maybe this was just a dry seal or something, and it's kind of fixed itself. I don't know. I'll keep an eye on it. Every time I get out, I'll look underneath and see if there's a puddle. But overall, pretty good debut for Eggman. Alright guys and gals, that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you can take something from this video and put it to use for yourself. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and hope to see you next time.